There it is.
Hello.
What the fuck do you got playing in the background?
Oh, I just got done watching Children of the Corn.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Fucking shit. I started watching that. I haven't actually ever watched that whole movie all the way through because I don't know. I don't know if it's just like
I mean, for the acting, really shitty, but it is. It's not a good movie. Like, it's a good movie, but like,
it's a classic.
It's
one
not
of
an award-winning movie. You know what I mean?
like it's one that you just kind of got to know because it's
Well,
a pop culture classic.
Yeah, I mean, let's be
sure.
honest, I've seen it maybe twice. This is maybe my third time seeing it, and but you know what? That guy did it all wrong. All those little motherfuckers with knives and shit. I would drop kick every one of those cocksuckers. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you. Get away from me, asshole.
Well, again, of course you would because you're 6'2" and you can do that.
Oh, fuck that. I was gonna say half those kids I could fucking drop. I could just kick their heads off without even trying.
See, then there's me, and like they're all my size, so I'm kind of fucked.
Oh man, you come at me with a knife, I'm gonna fucking die. You're gonna get it. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
I don't give a shit where your parents are. I don't care.
Listen, that's why I love that movie, The Dolls, where like the
Dolls,
or it's called Dolls. It's fucking. By the way, I'm Haleigh. Sorry, what do you got? That's blue. What the fuck is that? What is that? Ooh, is that what do you call those things?
It's a blue one.
Oh, what? I like it. I think it's cute. That's a party blue.
Well, we call them oneies. I don't know what people call them one hitters.
I don't know. I like it. I think it's cool. It's shiny and blue, and I dig it.
Yeah, for sure. It's nice. I like it.
I'm just I'm rolling with my cones here, like a basic bitch.
For sure. But my primary is going to be this guy.
Ooh, what's that?
The Chillum.
Oh, that's cute.
But I figured it's
very psychedelic.
I figured it's like red and yellow.
I love it.
One second. It's like, so I figured for Halloweenish.
Fuck yeah. It's got a candy corn kind of vibe.
Kind of. It's candy corn.
Sure. I dig it. Even though candy corn is like fucking disgusting.
Yeah. But I mean, you're Haleigh, I'm Johnny.
And this is Johnny. Yeah, see, let's try to get. Starts with you. Okay. Johnny, Haleigh, Day of Fun.
We'll get it one of these times.
Oh, it's harder when it's virtual because I'm sure there's a lag.
Yeah, probably.
But.
So it's probably like.
No, fucking, I love. Yeah, I know. I fucking love. So dolls, like. There's a scene where this lady gets stabbed to death by like Barbie doll sized dolls. Like, and it's just fantastic. I just think it's great. And I love the idea that somebody had to like do the acting bit with all, because they had to do all the like stop motion animation with that. Like, I just love the idea of those actors having to like act out being like terrified of a tiny little doll. I just think it's great. I love it.
Like, there was a movie, it was about, if you asked me who was in it or what the name is, we'd be here for 10 years because I don't remember it. But
okay, fair enough.
It was a movie that had like these fairies.
Okay.
Like these little fairies living in the walls. And like they would come out and like they were evil.
Familiar.
They were evil fairies. Like they would if you were like looking through a keyhole or something, and they were on the other side of the keyhole, they would like shove a pin through it and try to get you in the eye. Like these were evil motherfuckers. That sounds
familiar.
I can't remember. It was on my dad's place one time. I can't remember what stupid shit it was.
That's like one of those like old 80s, like ridiculous, just,
Oh no. It was newer. Like,
was it?
Yeah, it was probably within the last maybe 6-7 years.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. But it was the dog shit movie. Like it was basically this tall.
Yeah.
Trying to people running for their life from people, you could just squish them. Fucking squish them.
I love those movies. Like, yeah, they're just bugs, just smush them. I love those movies though, because the ridiculousness of that, I just love it. I so enjoy it. But today, I'm so excited. Our topic of discussion for the next couple of episodes, whatever. I can talk.
Episodes, whatever.
we're talking wrestling because we just
sure.
want to fucking talk about old school wrestling from when I was in like middle school, high school. I was watching some older videos and like we'll go through who are like our favorites our favorite wrestlers, but fucking A, man, I gotta say, The Undertaker, yo, just a fucking legend.
Oh yeah, The Undertaker's definitely one of my favorites of all time. Like, which Undertaker is your favorite though? I ask everyone that question that says Undertaker because there's like 8 of them.
Oh no, I know. Like Mark Calloway had like how many different iterations of The Undertaker. I love it and good for him. Mm-hmm. I love the sort of like not quite the dead man thing, but like God, I wouldn't know what year. So I was watching an old match between him and Mankind, a Buried Alive match between him and Mankind.
Okay.
And you know, he's got those like purple leg things on and purple gloves. Yeah.
He's got like the purple gloves.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
I dig it.
That was my favorite. That was my favorite Undertaker. Like the early Undertaker.
Yeah. Like not quite the super early with like the hat. I mean, I dig him with the hat and the like, you know, I dig that. I get it. The motorcycle stuff was badass too. I dig it. But the old school Undertaker in the purple who's like, you know, got the sort of undead goth vibe. I'm about it.
For sure. And I mean, nothing says badass like coming out to a Kid Rock song. Am I right? You know what I'm saying?
It was Kid Rock and then he was Limp Bizkit. I like the old Undertaker stuff, the old Undertaker intro with the big bell, you know? Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, there's few entrance songs more iconic than that.
I know.
Austin, like Steve Austin, you could say with
the rattlesnake crash. Yeah. Mm-hmm, the glass breaking.
Or
that too. The Rock.
Or which one?
The Rock.
The Rock. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
I also love Shane McMahon's intro, the Here Comes the Money. I don't care. I don't care. I love it. Here comes the money.
I like Vince McMahon's too. The no chance.
No chance in hell. I know.
It's so fucking stupid.
It is. I love how just ridiculous and like over dramatic, like the backstage stuff that they set up.
Which one of Mick Foley's character was it
So there's Mankind, and then he was Dude Love for a while.
Dude Love, Cactus Jack, Mankind.
Cactus Jack.
Was it Cactus Jack that had the entrance song that it was like a screeching car and then a crash? Was that?
Oh shit, I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
And then it was like.
I just love like because I was watching the Mankind and Undertaker the match I was watching, and like Mankind was doing the like weird, crazy how he would like just scream. Like he, you know, he just screaming crazy shit, and you know, like there was times that I was like, "Is that the crowd or is that?" Nope, that's Mankind. He's just screaming weird. I love it.
Two of my all-time favorite wrestlers. Mankind is up there, but I love Dude Love.
Yeah,
and I love Cactus Jack. Like Cactus Jack, I just love Cactus Jack because he would just like. He would say stuff like he's just insane, and he would always just have his guns on the you know.
I love that. Like that was kind of always his shtick to some degree. Was that he was like not right in the head. I just love it.
And then Dude Love was always just like dancing and shit.
You know, fucking so awesome. I just love that the chameleon abilities to like, nope, I'm this now, and it's gonna be so much weirder than what I was before, and I don't care. Love it.
Well, like, Stone Cold Steve Austin, I think he went through like 2 or 3 of them because he was. I remember watching. If you watch that Halloween Havoc,
okay, I have to go back and find it.
The one that we have on the YouTube, go watch it. The Halloween Havoc match, the Chamber of Horrors match, but then there was like matches in between that, I think, or like before or after that. And Steve Austin wrestled in that, but he was under the name Stunning Steve Austin.
Oh, okay. Was that when he had like the long hair? He was kind of baby faced a little bit more.
He was kind of like a Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Yeah, like frilly shit, like a frilly robe.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, more baby face kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. That's like, I think when he first started, because that was a long time ago.
Yeah. But it's kind of, so it's interesting because I was like, there's some like, there's a lot of like documentaries sort of on YouTube, they're like 20 minutes long of like a wrestler's career. Yep. And like I was watching The Undertaker's and it is interesting to me to kind of watch them go through the different iterations of characters that they were, and kind of the progression of their career into different, I don't know. I think it's interesting. I think it's fun.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think the best documentary that I've seen as far as like the wrestling ones, one of the best ones I've seen is the Jake the Snake one.
Oh, is that on YouTube?
I think it was on HBO, I think, or Netflix.
HBO has some good. HBO's got that good documentary on Andre the Giant.
Yep, that was a really good one.
Oh, that was so good. Mm-hmm. And oh God, and it's so sad though. Like, Andre, he dies alone in a hotel. Andre.
Oh, I know. But like,
love him.
But like, I mean, you have to think of it this way. Also, at least he got to do something, and he didn't just get to work on a farm in France.
Oh no, that's 100% legit. Yes, that is very true. 100% legit. He had a wild. I mean, when you're that big, shit, you gotta have either a wildlife, or you're a fucking farmhand. Like,
But like
Brock Lesnar. Remember, he was a farmer. Where did he have? He was on the scene for like a very short time and then disappeared.
He's originally from
Minnesota, isn't it? Or is it
South Dakota? He's originally from South Dakota. He's on a border town. He's on a border town in South Dakota.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Because he was not on the scene for a very long time.
Vermilion. He's from Vermilion.
Is he?
Yeah, I think I want to say he's from Vermilion or Lemon. Somewhere around.
Those are very different locations.
I know, but I want to say, I know, I understand that, but I want to say
one of those like, well, you know what? Let me see.
I want to say Vermilion. I'm gonna put all my coins on.
Here's what I'm gonna say. I am a South Dakota girl, so I should have been able to pick out a South Dakota boy instead of saying he was from Minnesota. So
my sister went to college when he was at BSC.
Oh, okay.
Before he transferred to Minnesota, like Minnesota State, because he went to Bismarck for like a year, I think, and wrestled for BSC.
Fucking, he's from Webster, South Dakota.
Webster, there you go.
Shut the fuck up.
Where's Webster?
Webster is like, so. Is
that closer where you're from?
Yeah, it's closer to Eureka. Like, it's closer to Aberdeen. Like, it's kind of up in that corner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Like, fucking shit. I love it.
So he's
just so everyone knows, the 2020 census, Webster's population was 1,728. So just so everybody understands how small town South Dakota is.
Yeah. Well, how many people? 1,000?
1,700. So 1,700 people basically. I don't even think
my hometown has 1,700 people. There's no way.
Shit. Eureka, where I grew up, I think we're down. We're down around 800 now.
Yeah. I was just saying that as a joke. There's no way they even cut it. There's no way we even have 1,000. No fucking way.
Do you know what I love?
Maybe with like all the surrounding farms and like maybe if you count like the whole. I
mean, you'd have to look at the census stuff, but I guess I remember I haven't driven that way for a long time because I haven't been out West River to like Black Hills or anything for a long time. But I remember I was going out to the Black Hills and I went through Mud Butte, South Dakota, legit population 3.
All right.
3. And I'm like, how do you have a population? Like, are you like, I guess you can do that. Let's just, you know what? Me and you, we could start our own fucking town. Population 2. That's what you can do in the Dakotas. You can have your own town.
Well, have you ever seen that documentary, Welcome to Leith?
No.
Write this down. Write it down. Welcome to Leith. Leith is Leith, I think. Leith.
Okay.
It's a documentary. You might have heard about it in the news, but it's a documentary about a white supremacist that moved into a small town in North Dakota and tried to take it over through voting. Because he was trying to move white supremacists in to that town, so
and
they would
like
be the
take over
majority.
and have their little cult space to do their whatever.
But to basically turn it into like the town they want or whatever, you know.
And of course, they picked North Dakota.
Yeah, it was a small town. It was a very small town over by Bismarck, I think, close to it. But it's a town of, it might have had 10 people, maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, as far as a couple families and shit. But then
so he wants to just move in and
and like people had no idea he was doing this until he was like living there. Like he moved in and he was looking for property that was for sale. He was just walking around asking people if they knew of any property for sale. And then he would just go about his business. And then all of a sudden there's fucking 10 white nationalist flags in his front yard. And there's like they're having like city council meetings with him and like white supremacists and shit. It's weird.
Oh my god!
But this actually happened. And
you know what? I'm gonna
that's
say
the documentary.
That's what you get. That's what you get for like the Midwest nice. That there's actually Midwest fear of confrontation. You got these people who are like probably talking shit about him and not wanting him around, but they're not going to say it to his face until he becomes a real problem.
I don't think their problem is they're too nice. Their problem is they see everyone as a good person. You know what I mean? Like,
is that a problem? Well,
I think that's a problem.
You don't want it to be a problem, but yeah, they're yeah.
Because, okay, let's say you reported let's say in high school you reported your teacher sleeping with a student. How many adults are going to believe you because they think that teacher is an outstanding person and he would never do that?
Yeah, no, 100%.
That's what I'm talking about.
See, but I think that's a little bit, I think it is like a fear of confrontation. I don't think that it's that they really believe in the good of everybody. I think they don't want to deal with it.
I get that. But
anyway,
like the thing that I know about those like small towns too is like they'll just talk shit behind your back. They'll never do it. Oh yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like
it's like everyone's a backstab.
Everybody's talking shit about everybody else,
and everyone is fucking elbow deep in everyone's shit. You know what I mean? Like
100%. Like
they have to know everything. I hate that. I hate gossip. So fucking bad.
You can't go into a small town and be there for 3 days and not have everybody know where you're from, who your parents are, why you're there. Yeah.
Here, I'll give you an example. Like, if people don't know like what kind of a town it is, one of my friends from Fargo went to Wishick and my mom made him some Cougans, right?
Yeah.
Cougan is a delicious custard.
It's pie, sort of.
It's delicious. It's
fabulous. Just come to the Dakotas and try it.
Go to Cindy's in Wishick and try it. But
that's right. Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. But anyway, like he went down there because he was on his way to a town around there to do a wedding. I guess he was like ordained person, ordained minister, or whatever. And he went to the bar. And the first thing the bartender said to him was, "You're not from around here, are you?" That's the kind of town I'm from. Because
I don't know your face, so I know you're not from here.
You sat down. Yeah, you sat down at a bar for 3 minutes, and one person came up to you and said, "Oh, you're clearly not from around here."
It takes absolutely no time for somebody to be like, "You're new. Who are you? Why are you here?"
Well, you should see people look at me when I go back for a visit.
Do you know what I love though? Like anytime I would be in Wishing somewhere, I would love that I could just be like, "Oh yeah, my dad is Tim, Tim and Cindy," and like everybody fucking knows your mom.
Oh, for sure.
So it's you're like automatically in, and you're okay if you're there because you're seeing Cindy.
If you know Cindy,
you're cool. You'll be allowed. We'll allow it.
I mean, just like I said, just like anyone else, I'm sure there's haters, but they won't say it to your face.
No, because they need her to cook for. They need her to cook for and cater every goddamn thing they have. So they gotta be nice.
That's true. But yeah, it's like, people in that town, they don't believe me that I'm from there. Because
when you go back,
yeah, I've met people at the bar, and I tell them I'm originally from here. You know what I mean? I graduated. I was born
Yeah.
here. Well, not born here, but I was raised here. Yeah, there's people that don't believe me. Like they ask
Well,
people
because
that,
you have gauges in your ears, and
but that's what I mean. I don't
like,
fit the part. You know what I mean?
yeah, like you don't look like you just came off the farm. Like,
but yeah, like when I would when I smoked, I would be out smoking outside of the bars, and like I'd be talking to people and shit, and they would ask me where I'm from, and I would tell them I live in Fargo, but I'm originally from here, and they wouldn't believe me.
I'm from here. Like, I was here before you was here.
Yeah, and like for me, an easy way for me, like the people that I'm around, I would just tell them who my father is.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I would always just be like, yeah, my dad is Tim and and he's Cindy. And they're like, oh, yeah, Tim and Cindy. Like, everybody, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, the only reason everybody knew my dad was because they knew your mom.
For sure.
Like, that was the only reason. I was like, oh, yeah,
your
Tim.
dad wasn't,
Tim, Cindy's husband.
Exactly a social person.
Well, and he wasn't that, he wasn't from the area either, so.
Well, it's like even when you're I don't know this for sure because like I was kind of gone by that point, like living in Fargo and stuff. But when I was around, it didn't seem like your dad hung out with very many people outside of like my mom's work friends.
No, because he really didn't know anybody. I mean, he was, he had his different circles down in like the Mobridge area and Eureka and stuff.
Right.
But, he didn't.
When I was in Wishick, I let Gus out of my mom's back door or whatever, I let Gus out and I turned around and I was walking out and I saw that picture that your dad always carried with him of that native family.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Just such a
so fucking funny.
Oh my God. They
tell
were
everyone. Tell them.
Tell them all, tell everyone. We'll get back to wrestling in a hot second. But yeah, my dad used to tell it. And you know what? It was not just my dad. Fucking Terry, my Uncle Terry, said the same thing to his kids, my cousins, Shannon and Jeremy. They would tell us that we were like, oh yeah, we're native, we're Lakota Sioux. Like, and they had this picture that was my Uncle Harley and my Uncle Terry, and they were like dressed up for something. Like they went to, I don't even know what place they went to. It was like a dress up in South Dakota somewhere that they were in headdresses and gear and whatever out in front of a teepee. And it was something that would be terribly offensive nowadays, I'm sure. But this was back in the fucking 60s, okay? But yeah, it's a black and white fucking photo of them dressed up like that. And they would be like, see, we're native. We're from we're originally native. No, we're not. We're fucking Norwegian. You lying bunch of sacks of shit. But they thought that was so funny to let us believe that forever.
Are you guys, you're Norwegian or German?
Yeah, Overseth is Norwegian. So like I did the ancestry stuff and we go back to, I think somewhere around Oslo, Norway. I couldn't really get records from Norway. But our, like the couple that like our family comes from that came out here originally in the early 1880s or something. Yeah, they were from Norway. So Overseth originally had the umlauts over the O. Okay. Little dots, so it was originally spelled like that.
Okay. Yeah, there was my family was originally from Württemberg, Baden in Germany.
Is that an actual town name?
It's okay. Württemberg is the name.
Okay.
Württemberg, and then Baden is the name. One of them's the region, one of them's the city. I can't remember which one's which.
Okay.
But one's a region, one's a city.
I dig it.
So yeah, I don't know. I just knew that because
like my mom's side of the family has German background, but
German,
Overseth is Norwegian.
Yeah, the only reason I know that is because I think of my grandfather's funeral on the funeral docket thing.
Yeah. On the docket.
Yeah.
Yeah. The program.
Pretty much. But like on the back of it was like family history and like where my family is from and shit. Cool. So yeah. But yeah, a little bit of a pointless fact sharing, but yeah.
Whatever, it's our podcast. We can talk about anything we want. We can veer off.
I mean, you know what? I'm afraid to go there because what if it sucks?
What? Go visit where you're
go to
from?
Württemberg, Baden, and then it's like, goddamn, they got on a ship.
Please donate to our Patreon so that we can go back and check out these countries from whence we sprung.
Right. Well, that's the only reason I can really think is like it must have really sucked because first they went to Russia, which
I know. Yeah, exactly.
Russia?
Germans from Russia.
Yeah.
They were just trying to find land to farm, and that whole thing, and with all the Germans that went to Russia, and that all fell through, so they all came to America.
And then the fucking,
you know what?
Yeah.
Here's my.
Then
thing.
communism came around, and their farm became collective farms.
Yeah, and they were like, "Fuck this, we're out." No, for real. Listen, the thing that I like about, before we get back to wrestling, just one more family history bit.
Yeah, let's do it.
What makes me feel good about my German ancestors having come over to America in the mid 18 to late 1800s is I get to be like, listen, I didn't have nothing to do with none of that Nazi shit. We all was here. We was here being farmers before Hitler was before all of that. I got nothing to do with that. My ancestors got nothing to do with it.
Pretty much like my family too, like anyone that's been over here.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a lot of Garings.
Do you really? That's true.
So
see again. Donate to our Patreon. Let's try to follow that thread and see where that goes. That might be fun.
Yeah, unfortunately, you go through Nazi history, and there's quite a few Garings in there. So
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Who knows? I'm sure there's others. But
Garings
are a very prominent name.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's all right. Maybe someday we'll go through it. But anyway, back to wrestling history. Tell me who your favorite is. I didn't guess it.
You didn't guess it? Okay.
I didn't guess it all week. I ain't got it right yet. Who is it? Here's what I'll say too. I think, watched a lot more WCW at the time than I did. I mostly watched WWF.
Okay.
So I think probably more of the WCW wrestlers than I would have.
Okay. Okay. My favorite wrestler, the one that I was trying to get you to guess.
Okay.
I have two of them technically, but one of them's like more of a obscure wrestler, and I like him more for his showmanship than his wrestling.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like more for his character.
Okay.
But the guy that I was telling you about, one of my favorite wrestlers ever, is Val Venis. Do you remember Val Venis? I was
gonna guess him because you know what's funny? My favorite wrestler at the time when we watched it, he totally was. He tag teamed with Val Venis a couple of times. Do you remember Test?
Yeah.
He was with Prince Albert for a while.
Yup, Prince Albert.
They were TNA. Yeah, they were TNA, and they had the Trish Stratus. That's Trish Stratus. Is my favorite.
Trish Stratus. Yeah,
she's my favorite. Trish and Tess, they're my favorites. Trish, because she's short. She's a short little bitch like me with big titties. Yeah. I love it. And Tess had that whole angle with Stephanie McMahon, early on.
Mm-hmm.
And was scorned by the McMahon family or whatever. Yeah. So I fell in love with him because he was like a scorned outsider type,
For sure.
So that was my whole thing.
Yeah. But
Val Venis. He used to come out with that towel.
Come up with the towel, and then he would do this shit with it.
He was dancing like he was a fucking striptease dancer.
See, to me, there was different eras of wrestling.
The things
you know what I mean?
That you could get away with.
I'm talking in the middle, where more than wrestling, your character mattered more than your wrestling.
Oh yeah,
you know
absolutely. I mean? There was an era there where it was more about the drama backstage than it was about anything else.
Mm-hmm. And there was
listen though, I loved it. The drama backstage was so fucking ridiculous.
Well, because it was like a soap opera, and Val Venis. Do you remember Val Venis did a thing where there was these Asian wrestlers, and they had a really hot Asian chick with them. That was I don't remember
for
what
a short time.
Yeah, it was I remember the Swanton Bomb. They used to do
yeah. And that
people.
Was yeah.
But remember they had a manager that wore those crazy bulldog fucking
I have to look
those
this up now.
Old school hats. He almost looked like Yeah, look him up. You'll see the hat I'm talking about. But there was a segment where Val Venus was like banging that hot Asian chick.
Oh my God, what?
It was so fucking funny because it would just like the camera would just turn on the Megatron thing when they were in the ring.
Yeah, like they would do
and it would just be Val Venus in a fucking. It would be Val Venus in a hotel room with like the blankets on him, and he would just be like doing stuff like that and like saying like slide lines. Like he would be like, "Did you find the remote?" Like shit like that. And then she would like
the most awful, like so obvious sexual innuendos that they would have, but like in the most awful redneck fucking sort of way. Just terrible.
It was so fantastic. Yeah, and then there was like a thing where they kidnapped Val Venus and supposedly chopped his dick off with a samurai sword.
Oh my
God.
Fantastic.
That's when wrestling was fucking wrestling.
When it was super fun. Oh wait, I'm trying to. Who is this? Essa Rios.
Is it Mr. Fuji?
There's somebody here that's called Essa Rios, but I don't remember them. Fucking
I can't remember
there
their
he
name.
is in his goddamn towel, just doing his weird little dancey stuff. Oh my God, here it is. Gold Dust and Booker T in bed. What? I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some YouTubing of this stuff, but like,
I think his name might be Mr. Fuji.
Mr.
Or something
Fuji.
like that. Something like that. I could be just saying some awfully racist shit. But well, I mean, not racist, but but
no, they had some shit that was racist, man. No,
it was terrible.
There's a Mr. Fuji, but he dresses like Charlie Chaplin. This is Mr. Fuji.
Yeah, that guy.
That guy.
But the hat I'm talking, the hat and all that stuff. I think that was him though. But yeah, they
my God.
He and his wrestlers kidnapped Val Venus and chopped his pee off one night on Monday Night Raw.
The things that they would, I just love, because I was watching, like, when The Undertaker, like, kidnapped Stephanie McMahon, and was going to, like, have a dark wedding to her or whatever in the middle of the ring. I just love how, like, the amount of disbelief that you have to withhold that, like, oh yeah, sure, they're just gonna let somebody, tie this chick to a thing in the middle of an arena and television. Like the amount of disbelief you have to like be like, okay, yeah, that you just have to go with it,
Pretty much.
But the buried alive stuff too, the same thing. Like, I watched the Undertaker Mankind buried alive match from like early 90s.
Yeah. Yep.
And like, just like, the Gold Dust, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, they all come out at the end and help bury the Undertaker. And like, they do the lights thing, the lights all go down and they have like the lightning kind of effect. And it's like, it's so that he can get out of there or roll into whatever hidey spot so they can do all the dirtness or whatever.
Like wrestling, like when I was growing up, wrestling was like Stone Cold Steve Austin filling, Mr. McMahon's fucking Corvette with concrete. You know what I mean? It's like that's what you watched.
I remember that
with wrestling.
No, it was not. It wasn't. It was not about the matches so much as it was about the drama or the scenes where, like, Vince McMahon's in the hospital and Stone Cold comes in there and attacks him in the hospital or whatever. It's such a shitty little set room that they've got.
Fucking right. It was so much fun to watch.
It was so fun.
Remember when Vince McMahon broke his leg and he was attacked in the hospital by Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. In
the hospital like bed.
Yeah. Where he's like in a fucking nightgown thing and everything, and it's just like the most ridiculous shit ever.
Do you remember before he got attacked? But he had Mankind there, like all dressed up and prepped in scrubs with a sock on his hand, and he was like keeping.
Oh my God! I forgot the little sock puppet he would do because he did the mandible Sacco and the mandible claw he would do with that gross ass Sacco. Oh fuck!
He would take it out of his fucking sweatpants.
Oh God! Oh fucking A.
Oh, great.
Listen, there's so much stuff that I was watching that I'm like, post-COVID world germaphobes would just like. Because Mankind, there was this one point in the Buried Alive match I was watching where he hit the Undertaker with a steel chair, like they do, and fucking then he was like just over by the ring being his crazy self and like licking the chair. And I'm just like, oh God, that's so disgusting. Yep. Like, oh, but you know.
Yeah. Oh, Mankind was such a fucking great wrestler. It was so much fun to watch.
Fun. Just out of his mind.
Speaking of weirdos that did shit like what you were saying, or do you remember a wrestler named George the Animal Steel?
I don't think so.
He was an old man. He had a green tongue.
What?
His thing was he would bite you, and it would really hurt apparently. But
because he was like poisonous. Oh my God!
And then look at that. Look at his shoulder and back hair. It is fucking sickening.
I was just gonna say he looks like he's got a fucking sweater on worth of fucking hair.
But that's what I mean. And you know what his move was? He would bite and tear the fucking turnbuckle apart.
Yeah.
And then you would smash your head on it.
They got a picture of him right there. Dude,
that's the kind of shit.
Just a mouthful of whatever that fucking stuffing shit is. Just
and like I don't think he ever spoke. Yep, that's George the Animal Steel right there.
Oh my God.
And I don't think he said a word ever.
That's
so he was just an old man that didn't say shit.
It's just
and he would just bite you to death.
I love it. He would bite you. I just love it.
Who is your favorite wrestler? You know mine.
I said Test. What? I love the Test.
The Test is your favorite. Okay.
Now, and I gotta say too, so I did fall in love with like, you know, the whole storyline of the like him being like jilted by Stephanie or whatever because she went to marry that whole fucking thing, that dollar store wedding in the middle of a ring, the most ridiculous shit ever. I gotta go rewatch that because I'm just like it's a little painful to rewatch how ridiculous and stupid it is and like how much I loved that as a fucking, 12-year-old.
Well, like you were saying, Trish Stratus is your favorite like woman wrestler.
Do you remember how the puppies? They would get so excited about her titties.
Yep.
I loved it. I dig it.
Yeah, my favorite girl in wrestling. I don't even know if she wrestled. I think she might have just been like a manager.
Oh, like one of those like the divas who like were just there for pretty.
Yeah. But do you remember Sunny?
No.
Sunny was lethal.
WWE or was she ECW?
That was WWF. Like she used to manage the Road Warriors.
Okay.
Like Hawk and Animal.
Tammy, there's a picture of her hugging a tiny little leprechaun man here. I don't know what that is.
No.
Is that who that is? I don't know.
Maybe it isn't. I'm gonna have to think. Oh, who the hell?
Sunny. Here we go. WWE.
Sunny was really attractive though. She was like
she's got some bitchin' like leather flame ass like top on. Oh
yeah. Sunny was Oh yeah.
There she is.
But, or do you remember? Do you know that Sable married Brock Lesnar, right?
I saw that on I was gonna say because I saw that on How
they have like 3 kids.
Love it.
They live in Alexandria.
Do they?
Yeah, they live in Alexandria, Minnesota. So if anyone wants to find Brock Lesnar, he's got a house there. But
there you go. Go him and Sable.
Oh yeah, that's gonna go well. Roll up to Brock Lesnar's house. That'll go well.
Oh Jesus, yeah. dude who became a wrestler because he was good at throwing hay bales.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stay away.
But oh man, it's gonna bug me.
Who is the other guy though that you love besides Val Venus? You said you had 2 favorites.
Oh, okay. I'll say this, but yeah, it's gonna really bug me that I can't think of this chick's name. I'll think of it. But
was she earlier? Maybe WCW because like
it was around the time of Trish Stratus, I think.
Because there was like Stacy Keibler. Stacy Keibler. She dated Test for a while. Like I remember she managed him for a while, and like she's the one who got him to cut his hair.
Yeah,
remember that was such a big deal.
Yeah, but like Sunny is like my old school chick. The old school chick that I liked, and then Stacy Keibler. Stacy Keibler was fucking lethal. He was like.
Oh yeah.
Yes, thank you for saying that. That's the chick.
Yeah, because she came over from WCW when that whole the merger feud, whatever, when they bought out WCW and like they did the whole storyline that it was Shane who bought it or whatever.
Yup. But yeah, she was but like she wrestled a little bit. She wasn't like a full-time wrestler.
Yeah, but yeah, she didn't do a lot of wrestling stuff. Not a lot.
Yeah.
She was she was there more to be eye candy.
Oh, for sure. And she served her purpose.
I was gonna say, good for her. Get paid for it.
I mean, I enjoyed it.
Whatever. Yeah, there you go.
But the other wrestler that I love just because of his character, do you remember The Godfather?
Yes. Oh my God. And he was
the whole train
pimp. Yes.
He would have a line of women follow him.
Now, I'm sure.
He would have a line of women follow him in the ring.
Just dancing their way down.
They'd be dancing, and then when they were leaving, when the whole train was leaving the ring, he'd be behind him going, chugga, 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 chugga,
oh, fucking A. And he had the cane, the hat, the purple, the boa. He was, the big feather boas and then all the ladies dancing around him when fucking so ridiculous.
The Godfather was so fucking awesome. Oh my God. I loved it so much.
Same thing with Goldust. Just so I love how just controversial we had all the big boas, the flashy, very sort of like almost a drag queen, but not quite. Just fucking love it.
And then old school wrestlers. Do you remember like the Ultimate Warrior? The Ultimate Warrior. You remember the Ultimate Warrior, don't you?
Yes. Oh, for fuck's sake, man!
Where his entrance, his entrance into the ring was so great because it was just him fucking just methed out, just running to the fucking. I loved it so much. He didn't give a shit if a kid had his hand out. Fuck you.
Oh, you know what I mean? Yeah.
He didn't give a fuck. He was going to that ring.
Some of those matches I was watching and when they would do the they throw themselves into the crowd for a little bit or whatever. They're fighting in the crowd and there's all those people touching them or when they're coming up, going up the ramp or whatever and all the people. I just always am like, God, the things that you probably can't do anymore. Because even when they were doing the Barry and the Undertaker thing, people were pitching their drinks into the grave from the stands. See that shit just and I just am like, God, the things that would not be allowed anymore. Yeah.
I went to a wrestling event in Bismarck and fucking Shane McMahon, he came through the crowd and fucking gave somebody the business. I couldn't remember who it was, what match it was, but yeah, they he came and interrupted it and whoever was wrestling, he came in that disqualification, the rest waving his hands and shit.
When he was doing that whole little from the mean streets of Greenwich, whatever, he was bouncing around doing that. Which way did he go? Fucking
yep.
It was funny though. Ridiculous, but hilarious.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And when wrestling used to come to Fargo, a lot of the wrestlers would stay. It used to be the Kelly Inn on Main Street, but it's called the Biltmore now or something.
It's got to be fancy. Yeah. Okay.
Because whoever named it doesn't realize it's a fucking festering shithole. But anyway, a lot of the wrestlers would stay there. So I'd be there drinking with my buddy, and there would be some of the biggest fucking people I've ever seen in my life just walking the bar and drinking. I saw
amazing.
But no one that I recognized because this was way after I stopped watching wrestling. It wasn't that long ago, so it was people I have no idea.
You don't know who they are.
They had to have been wrestlers because these guys they were 6'7".
They were too big not to be
huge.
I know. I was watching, that Undertaker documentary, and Undertaker was fucking 6'10". Mark Calloway, fucking I'm like, that's a big motherfucking dude, and it's kind of interesting because you watch them wrestle each other, and they're you don't necessarily realize how big they are because they're all big, until you have a Trish Stratus or a Stephanie McMahon standing next to them that are a little bit short. I can only imagine what I'd look like next to any of those dudes.
Well, I think Brock Lesnar. I think he's 6'3".
Yeah, he's only 6'3".
6'3",
which is like
So,
only
I mean,
like you're short compared to like some of the like. Isn't that just the weirdest shit ever? That like
well, like
being
six
around.
three.
That's
I
like
would say
that's a
a
little taller than you.
little bit. It's
Not that.
about an inch.
Yeah.
He's about an inch taller than I
So
am.
you'd still be, roughly
Yeah,
eye to eye
because like I
if you
met
were to meet in the ring.
me and Brock Lesnar. Are you fucking retarded? Are you kidding me right now? I would call in with COVID. Fuck you. I wouldn't get.
I have lung cancer. I can't do it.
I wouldn't get anywhere near a ring with that fucking madman. Fuck that. My buddy
Love
used
it.
to like he used to come to Bismarck and Fargo and stuff like that for like events, like fights and stuff.
Yeah.
It'd be like, come to the fights at the Shields Arena featuring Brock Lesnar. Like all
love
that
it.
bullshit. So, and then they would go to Bucks afterwards.
Oh yeah.
So I'm sure he got fuck you, cock. So come get it, Brock. You know,
Can
I'm
you
sure
imagine the people? Yeah.
He's probably just laughing. You would have to.
Yeah. Because how
imagine?
annoying would that be? The drunk assholes who are like trying to fight you, and you're like, dude.
Like, could you imagine though if Brock Lesnar like called that guy's fucking bluff? Just the tables and fucking chairs that would just be flying.
Love it.
Like a fucking Tremors under that floor. You know what I mean? Like just everything flying out of his way. Fuck that.
I love it though.
If I was locked in if I went to prison, that would be how you would know you fucked up if you went to prison. Like after the court date and everything, if you got locked in a cell with somebody like Brock Lesnar,
yeah,
you fucked up.
Well, yeah, you're now someone's bitch.
I might be tall, but I'm probably as fucking jacked as like probably have as much muscle in my body as Brock Lesnar's fucking kneecap. You know what I mean? So it's
Hey, it's not right. You know what? He trains every day to be that way, and that's just not. You know what? That's not the life you chose, and that's fine.
One more weird thing about Brock Lesnar. I was at my dad's place. It was like 3 a.m, and I got home from the bar. It was when I drank, and I got home from the bar and I was eating some food. And on the outdoor channel, it was Brock Lesnar out bow hunting deer.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And I watched this guy throw a fucking deer around like it was an infant. Like, because he shot.
So he was just like loading it up, basically.
Yeah. Well, you shoot the deer and then you have to fucking drag it out or you got to come get it.
Yeah.
I watched him throw this deer around that he just shot like it was a 2-pound dumbbell. Like,
I want to see now.
One arm just fucking tossing it over weeds and shit. That scared me. Like I wouldn't even go hunting with this guy.
I believe it though. Shit, because that was the thing that I don't remember where it was that I read. If it was it might have been an article or something like that. But like that was something that like he said because people would like, how do you work out or get so big or whatever? And like, yeah, on the farm he used to fucking toss hay bales. Like, yeah. Do y'all know how big and heavy a goddamn hay bale is?
Well, the square bales, yeah.
But
like a square bale is about 75 pounds. Somewhere in there, 60, 75 pounds.
Still though, if you're just hawking those things all day, shit.
That's the thing. Like I've helped people do square bales. It fucking sucks. And if you do it all the time, you're gonna be absolutely fucking ripped. Because well, here's the thing about square bales. When you come from a small town,
let's have some North Dakota talk for
and then pretty much, and then we can get back to wrestling. We can
be around wherever we want. Listen, know it's important to talk about Brock Lesnar's early fucking exercise regimen on the farm.
It's true. It is. Like a lot of
don't underestimate the value of farm work in building up your muscles to be wrestler.
I mean. One day of doing this, like how it usually goes down, this is how it goes down. Somebody will ask you, hey, what are you doing Saturday or whatever? Nothing. Do you want to help me do some square bales? And then you're like, this is a vital question to ask when you're doing square bales. Do you have a conveyor? A lift?
And if not,
and then the guy that I did it with, he hit me with this. He's like, oh, I'm fixing it today. It should work by Saturday. But then you show up and you have probably 300 to 600 square bales that you have to go yank out of a field, stack on a trailer, get on this fucking trailer, ride back to the farm, and then you get back to the farm, no conveyor. Guess what you get?
You gotta hawk those things up into the lot.
Yeah. 75 pounds. You just grab it by the fucking the bale twine. You just grab it by the twine
and you gotta chuck it up there.
And you just fucking do it like this, and then
and like, listen though, that even that motion you just made. This is an audio medium, so they don't necessarily. Yeah. But you know,
it's like a cradle throw.
No, but that throw, like, just the motion that you made, and like thinking of like Brock Lesnar and how he's like big, bulky up here. It's like, yeah, that makes sense. Like you're doing that motion with 75 pounds for fucking 300 to 600 goddamn belt. Like, yeah.
But that's the thing. If you're doing it all the time too, and it's not that bad when you first start, but once you get to that bottom, when you get to that bottom layer of bales, it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had to do that one day. It sucked. It was 3 of us, and it was like, I think it was between 500 and 600 fucking square bales. We had to go get 2 or 3 trailer fulls. We had to go get them, bring them back, throw them up. Yeah. Go get them, bring them back, throw them up.
So you got to carry everyone twice.
Well, that's the 3 times. Well, you got to do it 3 times. You have to, well, not every bale, but like you have to do it. You have to go get them, which is throwing them on a trailer,
and then you got to
somebody
take it back,
stacks them.
And
then you get back there and you have to throw them all. Now the worst part about this is the drive in between, because your body has a chance to rest,
to realize that it's tired, and then when you got to start up again, it's like, oh fuck.
You have no idea how just dog shit you feel in the morning after like doing that. It's so bad. And if you're doing that all the time and your body's used to it, you are going to be an absolute fucking monster.
Yeah. It makes sense that he is the size that he is, and sure.
There's a reason people buy those fucking conveyors. You know what I mean? It just spits them up in a loft.
Shit, yeah.
He probably had to throw them. You know what I mean? Because
look at his shoulders and his fucking, that upper body situation. Yeah, for real.
Yeah, but Brock Lesnar just. Well, the funny thing about Brock Lesnar is, I thought his he has a training partner in Fargo here.
Oh, okay.
And I met his training partner. His training partner is named Chris Tuchscher.
And they have their own like UFC. Wrestling.
He's not. Well, he was a training. Yeah, he was a wrestler, and he helped Brock Lesnar train when he's like training for fights and stuff like that. He was in the UFC for a little bit, but he was basically a glorified punching bag. He didn't do very well.
Okay.
But
like, do they run like a training? Because I know there's some places. I mean, there's like wrestling schools kind of all over the place.
No, he goes to Alexandria when Brock trains there.
Oh, okay.
Like Brock has a training facility there, so when he trains for fights, he just trains on his farm.
Oh, okay.
But and then brings people in. But I met him, and I thought he would be a lot bigger than me, and I'm probably a good inch taller than him. It was like surprised.
Oh, really?
I was surprised that I was, because he just looks bigger on like on his UFC fights. He looked bigger on TV, but he's not.
It depends on it depends on who they're fighting, or like the size of the person they're with. Like Yeah, that's the thing. You look at like like I said, like Undertaker's fucking 6'10". And Kane, 7 feet tall. So it's like when you would watch matches and stuff, or like Test, who was my favorite, like he was 6'6". So it's like you watch these guys, and like you don't really have a size reference until they're like in the crowd or something, right? Yeah. And it's like, oh fuck, yeah, they're huge.
Well, you know that Kane right now is like I think is he in the Senate?
He's a fucking like Republican mayor of something. Yeah, Kane. Yeah, he's the like guy who was Kane. Yeah.
Something weird.
Yeah, because I was looking it up to like I don't remember. I was just looking up like about Mark Calloway and him and stuff, and like, yeah, I think he's a mayor. He might be in like a local, like a state senate or something now. I don't know. I can't remember, but he's a Republican. I remember that.
Yeah.
But let me see. There's There's so many wrestlers coming up on my Google search right now because I've just been like just researching all these wrestlers.
Yeah. Oh, I bet.
Knox County, Tennessee.
Oh, Tennessee. Okay.
He's been the mayor of Knox County, Tennessee.
Okay.
I wonder if he's since 2018. Yeah, so he's apparently still is.
Well, who was your favorite tag team? Like, how are we gonna do this though? Are we gonna do like incorporated tag teams as well, or like true to their character tag teams? Like they dress the same, they did the same, true to their character tag teams. How are we gonna do this?
I thought Edge and Christian were fun.
Yeah, the Brood.
Yeah, like they were just
was cool.
they were cool. Yeah. Like I always, I was a little goth in high school. You remember how I was in high school?
Yeah, I somewhat was too.
Yeah, so like a little, might have been considered emo by kids' standards today or whatever.
Yeah.
But I liked them. I thought they were fun.
Yeah, the Brood was cool. They were like
but their backstage stuff I always kind of thought was like, because like Edge and Christian were supposed to be brothers. And I don't know, there was something sort of like mildly homoerotic about the way that they would like interact backstage. That I enjoyed. Like, I don't know. I just thought it was fun.
Yeah, it was kind of like a cheap porno-ish, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, there was some,
in
like,
that realm.
The acting level vibes. Yeah. But like, yeah. No, I dig that. I dug
like an Eastern European porno.
Listen. I love that they all tried, but there's so much backstage stuff is just like, y'all are not actors. Like, I love you. You're athletes, not actors. But I don't know. Some of the cheesiness of it and the just it's kind of the same thing of like the horror movies I love, like that they're so bad they're fun.
Yeah. Did the Brood have a girl as well? I know Lita was like I think Lita like supposedly dated one of them, like,
Yeah.
But I can't remember who it was. If it was her or
can you imagine how incestuous it had to have been in the
Oh God. Like
Edge, Christian, and fucking Gangrel. He was the one. He wore the actual fake vampire teeth.
Yeah, Gangrel is just a fucking weirdo. Like he wrestled for a while, but I think
eventually Edge and Christian kind of split off on their own, I think.
Well, yeah, and Gangrel still wrestled under the name Gangrel. He just didn't have the Brood with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you remember the Oddities?
No, I don't think so.
You don't remember I think they were called the Oddities. Kurgan? Do you remember Kurgan?
No. But this might have been, was this WCW? Because I didn't know WCW.
No, this is WWF. This was like old WWF. This was back when do you remember the guy that used to wear the kilt named Thrasher?
I remember the guy in the kilt. Yeah.
And then with the painted face, the guy with the kilt, and they had muscle shirts. Like back then.
Okay.
But yeah, what the hell?
Man, there's a lot of these. Dude, what? This is what Edge looks like now.
Yeah.
Like, does he or does he not look like a fucking? I don't even know. Well, like he looks way too prim and proper somehow. Like, what the fuck?
I think he came back to wrestling for a little bit because I think my brother and I watched WrestleMania. And I think he had like a part in it. I can't remember. It was him or somebody else, but he reminds for some reason. I think it was him. But the Oddities, it was
Beth Phoenix is who comes up with
who.
Like when I'm searching like Edge, Beth Phoenix. I don't know. Would she have had something to do with them for a little bit?
Okay.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. I was just because like Val Venus and Christian and.
Yeah,
just come up in the
type in the Oddities. I think you'll remember them when you see them.
Okay,
I think they were called the Oddities.
It was WWF.
It was WWF. Yeah, I think it was a group of people.
Yeah, there's like 4.
You remember
of them.
Kurgan?
Oh, I remember that chick. Who's the chick?
I'm talking about the chick and Kurgan. You remember Kurgan, the big fucking guy?
Yeah.
I used to love watching Kurgan. Kurgan was the shit.
What is her name? I remember her with like all that hair. They used to walk around with
a big. They used to walk around with a big Cartman.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's got a Cartman T-shirt. Yeah.
They used to walk around with like a stuffed Cartman.
Yeah. He's got one.
Yeah. But yeah, I can't remember her name. Her name, but like,
I can't either. I'm trying to look up the.
Yeah, but like that kind of shit. And then there was that tag team that I was talking about. The guy, Luna. There you go.
Luna.
Yeah.
Bacon. Can't say her last name. Luna. Because I remember her and all that hair. She always had that long weave going on.
Well, fuck. I think this was back when Ken Shamrock still wrestled. Like this is a while ago.
Yeah. Fucking.
But it was like in the 90s. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
in the mid 90s, probably.
Kurgan. He's 7 feet tall.
Kurgan was the shit. I used to love Kurgan. He was such a menacing person. Like his voice. Yeah. It was so ridiculous.
Well, that's kind of the thing though. Like those guys that are that big, like like they have, I don't know what it is. Like their vocal cords are like kind of like Andre the Giant. Like I don't know what it is, but like there's a certain something about their voice.
Right. It's just it's fuck. But
I forgot. And I loved I enjoyed watching. Like they weren't my favorites, but I kind of enjoyed them as like a heel sort of group, like the D-Generation X group, X-Pac.
Yeah, of course.
Like
yep.
Fucking X-Pac and his weird signature move where he would ride people in the corner of the ring. What was that shit called?
X-Pac.
What was that? I can't remember. I know. But like would just go and jumping people and just like.
Yeah.
And to be the person in the corner of the ring having to deal with that.
Who was D-Generation X? It was.
There's X-Pac, Triple H was in there.
Triple H, China.
I love China. You got love China. Billy Gunn. Did Billy Gunn? Is he the one that he became the ass man?
He wore the bandanas. He had blonde hair.
Yeah. But is he the one who became the ass man for a while?
I think so. Maybe.
Yeah. Who was? I can't remember now.
Maybe it might have been Billy Gunn, but yeah, then it was Road Dogg. Remember the Road Dogg where I used to love the Road Dogg was so fucking fun. Like because
Billy Gunn, he was the ass man for a while. Fucking ridiculous.
Like, the Road Dogg was so fun because he would like talk so much shit and like he would like sing ridiculous songs. But then
I love it when they were just so cheesy and ridiculous.
One of his finishing moves was he would go to this end of like the ropes and then he would bounce off those ropes, then bounce off these ropes and then stop. But it was almost like a people's elbow, but it was like his own thing.
Yeah.
But he would stop and he would go like this. He'd go like dancing. He would
do a little dance fucking shit.
Yeah. Just the dumbest fucking dance. But
it was so fun. It was such a performance art sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I love it. And who was I just thinking of now that you were saying that? It made me think of somebody else. Oh, damn it.
We were talking about Billy Gunn.
Oh,
we were just talking about Generation.
No, okay. Do you remember for a while when China was with Eddie Guerrero and he would call her Mamacita and like
I remember.
I fucking loved that shit. Fucking
sure.
Mamacita. Just fucking so great.
That was fun.
Oh, and R.I.P. China and Eddie Guerrero.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say Eddie Guerrero's dead too, I think.
Yeah, he is.
Do you remember when? Did you know China did porn?
Yeah, of course.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, it was such a controversial kind of thing. I kind of think hey, listen, the girls got to eat.
Hey, I'm not mad about it, but it's just like I'm just looking at it like China. It's like. I don't know. She is
I kind of feel like that became something that sort of followed her around to some degree. Like people, she got a lot of shit for it.
Well, I get where they're coming from as like a marketing perspective. Like you've seen her in the ring. Now watch it. Watch her.
Well, yeah.
Watch her take one to the fucking gob. I guess I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. Again, I got mad respect for sex workers and stuff, and you got to do what you got to do in this world. I don't know judgments, but
I'm not mad about it at all. Do your thing.
No,
But
yeah,
from
for
my
real.
from my perspective, I have to look at it this way as well. There was a meeting around a table about this. How many people were just kind of like China? You know what I mean?
Hey, man,
Right?
listen.
Why don't we throw a bunch of money at Stacy Keebler? That's what I would have said.
Oh, fucking shit. I'm sure. I imagine that would have been probably more spendy.
Right? I'd be
know?
I'd be the CEO of that motherfucker.
Hey, man,
Doubtful, but yeah.
everybody's beautiful and everybody's got a favorite flavor. And
It's just, I don't know.
I get it though. She must have been
I just don't see people
she did steroids and
searching
stuff,
her
I
name.
think, right?
What?
I think she was kind of like, I mean, because like that was a little bit of the era where there was more steroid use and stuff, I think.
Oh, for sure. She was juicing for sure.
Yeah.
But like that's what I mean. It was like, if maybe like, I mean, I'm sure there's people that had like bodybuilder fetishes and shit. So I mean, I get it. Like,
oh, I'm sure. I mean, there's people who have the like Amazon fetishes, the big woman squishing you fetish, which whatever you know what, as long as it's consensual, do what you do. I whatever.
Right.
Like what you like.
I told my brother the other day, the only way I would have sex with like a big bodybuilder chick is if she held me and curled me and sucked my penis at the same time.
Well, that's an interesting little fantasy to have. There you go. I can see that. Okay, sure.
Yeah. So it's like she's work. It's like work and pleasure kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's like she's working out.
It's a workout. Yeah.
There's penis right there. You know?
There you go. Enjoy it.
Okay. So your favorite tag team was?
I would say Edge and Christian. I really enjoyed like their just kind of the vibe, the goth vibe. Okay. Maybe not so much Gangrelic, but I did enjoy that, like the vamp,
the brood. Okay.
Yeah, like the sort of like just that. Because again, goth me, Fuck, I wrote a paper on Vlad the Impaler as my fucking term paper in high school, my senior paper.
Yeah.
So it fit.
Yeah. Tell me, I'm gonna have to think a little bit about my favorite tag team, but I figured we could do this while I think about that. Who's your favorite heel?
Ooh, because there's it's hard because so many people are like played a heel, weren't necessarily, like they were a good guy for a while, turned heel kind of thing.
Because technically, you could argue Stone Cold Steve Austin was a heel.
I was gonna say, like, I dig Stone Cold as a heel.
Like, he was a heel in another way. He was like a
bad guy, heel. Bad guy, but very.
But he was a fan favorite.
Yeah, the fans loved him.
Yep.
Man, I don't who is hated that maybe I loved. I don't know. That one's a hard one. Did I write anything down? Favorite baddie. Man, that's a tough one. I'd have to think on that.
I was gonna say, I think my favorite heel was I liked Vince McMahon as a heel. I really dug it. Like he was. Heel.
Yeah, of course the boss plays a good bad guy.
But he was a great heel because.
Do you know what though?
He just played so well. What?
I would have to say probably Shane McMahon because I always loved Shane McMahon and he was always just such a shit. Like that was just his shtick. But I did. I thought he was fun. I did.
Yeah.
Fucking and when he jumped off the Titantron, like so that was
fucking
that.
Right.
I think that was it was Big Show and Shane McMahon, and I think Test came out and did something and readied up the Big Show so that Shane could jump off the Titantron. Fucking, I did. I agree with that. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I suppose it's kind of easy to play that role because they are the bosses. So they are sort of, there's a lot of controversy around the McMahon family.
Yeah. Well, like, Vince McMahon, he just played the heel so well. He embraced the role. He was such a
ridiculous heel too. But
he embraced it so much.
I know he did
all the way. I loved it.
No, for sure.
My favorite tag team. I would say I have two.
You?
Well, I have more than two. Like I probably have three ultimate tag team.
Okay.
My number one tag team would probably just because it's like again, it's not even because of wrestling. It's just because of how absolutely fucking ridiculous it is.
Yeah.
The Bushwhackers.
Oh, shoot, I don't know if I remember them.
You don't remember the Bushwhackers? The guys that wore tank tops and army fucking shorts. and they had bald heads, and they used to walk like this. They used to go like this and walk.
Oh, yeah.
And they would like lick each other's heads and shit.
Oh God.
The Bushwhackers were so
Were
fucking
they
entertaining.
WWF?
Yep. I believe. Yeah. They were WWF.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's right.
The Bushwhackers were fucking great.
Like, and just the derpy faces they would make. And yeah. Now I remember them.
Yeah.
Seeing that shit. Yeah, now I remember them. They're fucking camo. They're camo pants and their ridiculous fucking muscle shirt tank tops.
Right.
Fucking and then ridiculous. Okay. Yeah.
Another, to be honest, I'm going to give it to all three of them. Edge Christian, the Dudley Boys. And
the Dudley Boys. I was just going to bring them up. The fucking Dudley Boys.
And then the Hardy Boys.
The Hardy Boys. You gotta love the Hardy Boys.
When those three tag teams had like a tables, ladders, chairs match.
Yeah.
It was so fucking entertaining. I thought it was. I don't know. Yes, but like those three, if they were going against each other with like a no holds barred thing, I was all about it.
See, now I'm gonna have to get on YouTube and watch some of that shit too, because I fucking that was good.
A tables match is fucking great. I love the tables, ladders.
Oh, I'm so. You know what? I'm gonna be for our next episode when we talk about favorite matches. Man, I gotta get on there and like the Buried Alive and the Hell in a Cell, like that shit, or like the bad, that fucking. Oh, love it.
Yeah, the thing. Yeah, I have that down for next episode. Is like top five matches ever.
That we love.
True that.
It's
anything you want, really. Any era, any.
I'm gonna say mine are probably gonna be pretty well known ones because I love the Hell in a Cell. I fucking love, I do. Or like the hardcore matches where they would pull out the fucking them shiny ass brand new trash cans from under the ring. Fucking
that would just crumble.
That you just bought from Home Depot and you couldn't be bothered to like make look distressed. Like
my mom used to buy those cheap ass fucking baking sheets, and Jason and I would smash them over each other's heads in the yard. I'm dead serious. Like she would just buy them for fucking nothing, and then just have us fucking just go and just.
Your mom, I love it. Just being like, whatever, they're gonna do it anyway. Here's some cheap ones.
I think that's kind of how she just got.
Don't use my nice cookie sheets. Here's this cheap shit. Go out in the yard and do whatever you do.
Pretty much. I think for the most part, she just was like, whatever. Like, just tolerated it. I think as long as
I'm sure she would rather you out in the yard with those cheap things than in the basement ruining her shit.
Pretty much. This is pretty much what my mom cared about. As long as we're not getting people pregnant or doing drugs, she really didn't give a fuck. Pretty
much. What, you want to wrestle? Okay, good. Right. Whatever. Hit each other over the head. I don't care.
Right. As long as I didn't come home with a commitment in the form of a drug addiction or an 18-year-old child, child
baby mama. Yeah.
As long as I didn't come home with those, I think she was all right. My mom did.
You know what? I'm going to say, as far as parenting goes, that's kind of about all you got to do. I mean, mom. That's the way to do it, I think. Just like, all right, you're not murdering people. You're not killing animals and hanging them up like you're going to be fucking Dahmer one day. You ain't getting people pregnant. Okay, fine. Do it. Yeah. You want to hit each other over the head with cookie sheets out in the yard? Fine. Go ahead.
Well, that's when we were younger. I mean, I wasn't the best kid in the world, but I was better than a lot of kids. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. I mean, you didn't cause any real havoc. But, it's not like you.
Like we would do stuff like that. But pretty much.
I love that you guys were just doing your own like backyard wrestling.
Oh fuck yeah! Like
just fucking cookie sheets.
Oh yeah, we used to do wrestling. Like, okay, do you remember those? Do you remember those wrestling pillow things?
Yes, Aisha was talking about that when I was talking to her that we were going to talk wrestling. She's like, "Do you remember John and Jason had those wrestler guy pillows?" And I'm like, "Yes, I remember that shit."
Well, guess how fucking cool we were.
Yeah,
we took them. This is what we would do. We would take them to somebody's trampoline, and that would be our Hell in a Cell.
Oh, I love it.
And then we would perform wrestling moves on these pillows.
You know what? Fucking, I'm gonna tell you, that sounds like fun, and I would do it right now if I had a fucking trampoline. If I had a
Yeah, I'm
trampoline and
talking.
a wrestler dude pillow, I would go out there and pretend to do myself a leg drop and
Yeah.
people's elbow and fucking I'd do
I'm
a
talking-
tombstone.
I'm talking 6 kids in a circle, all holding every one of them holding one of these. You know what I mean?
Your
And
mom has a trampoline now, doesn't she?
Oh yeah, we totally could do it. She
Oh,
probably even
come
has those
springtime, Johnny boy, come springtime,
Yeah.
we're gonna do some YouTube ass videos of our fucking. I am gonna choke slam a pillow fucking wrestler, whatever, and I'm gonna do a
Right.
leg drop on him. It's gonna be great.
Fucking right. But, before all that though, we should definitely check the poundage, you know, for the trampoline.
Oh,
just
what you
because-
don't think? What you don't think it'll hold you? I
I've
was
been
on
packing
that.
that shit
No,
on.
listen. I was on that trampoline with Aisha, and I think your mom was on, or Elena. What the three? You can't
Yeah.
weigh more than the three of us combined.
I'm not worried about
You're
it.
fine.
But you know what? They weren't doing hardcore fucking wrestling moves on a pillow. All right, were they doing that at the time?
No, they weren't. So,
All right, see.
so the trampoline may need some more testing to see how much.
Hey, you never know. I don't want to be the asshole responsible for the trampoline ripping just because I was doing an amazing fucking suplex.
Oh, but
okay?
but you kind of do because you know how upset Elena would be with you.
Oh, I would. That would be worth it.
Just to have her get mad and be like, Elena, you mad?
I would call my mother every day and have her hand the phone to Elena just so I could say, I'm sorry, I ripped your trampoline.
It's like, oh, and then be like, but not really.
I wouldn't mean it. I'd just be like, I'm sorry, I ripped your trampoline, Elena. I know my mom probably will never get you another trampoline, but
Yes,
I just want you to know that
yes, she will.
I was having the best time I ever had in my life before I ripped your trampoline. That's the kind of apology you get it.
I love it. I love it.
I'd be like, and I'd call her like every week and just be like, Did you got another trampoline, Elena? Did you get a trampoline yet?
You don't have one? Oh, that's too bad because yours broke. Oh, that's right. I was the one that did that.
I fuck with her so much. It's so fun.
She's such a little spitfire.
She is, but that's the thing, though. Like, I don't.
I
mind,
would love. You know what? We can
mind.
have her do some wrestling moves too. We'll
For
all
sure.
do some. I bet she'd be great.
Like, that's the thing with Elena, though. I don't mind. Like messing with her and stuff. You know what I mean?
Because she's easy to upset.
It out.
Oh, she can dish it. Oh, yeah,
Whatever,
she can.
I mean, she's fine.
Shit. Yeah, she'd be all right. She's got 2 older brothers. She's okay.
There's nothing better than beating Elena in a game that she wants to play. Nothing better. Nothing better. I beat her.
Because she gets pissed or what?
Oh, yeah. Because she wants to win so bad, but it's not going to happen, Elena. You know, it's just not gonna happen.
You know,
No,
someday she's going to be big enough to haul off and slap you.
Probably.
And
she probably will.
And she will.
And whatever. I probably deserve it. Whatever. But I'm saying, like, not the last time I was there, or the second to the last time I was there, we played some games. She beat me in those games. But the one time I was there, I think I beat her like 2 or 3 times in a row, and it was fantastic.
She was just like ready to pitch a fit. I'm sure your mom had to be there. Your mom had to be there being like, Elena, can I trying to like distract her with food and snacks?
Oh, no. My mom's playing the game with us. And for the most part, she's just kind of just smiling and saying, sorry, Elena. You know,
because she does.
Yeah, because Elena's like pissed that she didn't win. And I'm over there just feeling like, I want to get Elena. I rub it in so much. I love it.
Your mom's probably sitting there being like, oh, God, do you have to? You're being such a Tim.
The funny thing is, though, I catch her like trying to hold back her laughter because she doesn't want to laugh in front of Elena.
Oh, no, yeah. Because
it's so funny.
Because if Grandma and Uncle Johnny are laughing, Elena's going to turn monster and nobody wants to see that shit.
Right.
Nobody wants to see that happen. It's kind of like a gremlin situation.
Right.
Like, after midnight, if you do the wrong shit, you're fucked.
Yeah, Elena's fun. Like she's fun she's fun to piss off because then she does a Mary Catherine Gallagher thing. She goes to the room and then she like slams the door shut. So fun.
She's got some attitude, yeah, for sure.
And then she'll like peek out the door.
I know.
and then slam it again when you're outside of it. Like, you're such a fucking dimp. Oh, it's so fun.
She's yeah. Whoa, she's gonna be interesting when she. Can you imagine? It's kind of like I think sometimes to myself with my youngest sister McKenna. She's a senior, and like knowing her person, she's a senior, but she's got a little bit of that Elena Spitfire going. Where I'm just like, good lord, the idea of you dating, you're gonna make so many boys cry. Like, because you're just gonna be like that mean.
Oh yeah. Well, like the funny thing is Elena, it's like she thinks she's slick, but she's not slick at all. Like she was there with her friends and they were on the trampoline, right?
Oh, uh-huh.
And grandma's rule is you're not supposed to be in the house when she's not there you're not supposed to be in the house with your friends, right?
Right.
So we pull up to the house and they're all on the trampoline, right? And then we're going around the block and then I decide to look back at my mom's house to see if they're still on the trampoline, right? All of them are just piling on the porch to get into grandma's house.
Of course, they're all going to be getting in there, getting food. She's going to get on the computer and show them her horse game.
Yep. She, to this day, she looks me in the face and said, we weren't in the house. We didn't go in the house. And then we look at her like, Elena, we saw you go in.
We watched you doing it.
Well, I'm like, Elena, do you understand grandma has a Ring camera on her fucking phone?
She can see you doing it.
She sees you when you're in front of the door.
But she also knows that she can go to grandma and say, no, I didn't. And grandma will be like, okay.
Oh, yes, I'll get you some more mac and cheese, Elena.
No, exactly. Like, for real, though. Do you need a juice box? Do you want some chocolate?
Yeah. Well, Elena's a trip. I like Elena a lot. She's fun.
Oh, yeah. She's good shit.
But yeah, she's like, she'll still deny that they went in the house. It's like, Elena, we saw you fucking do it. Like she's like no, you know, like dead set in her, like in her fucking. If she ever gets in trouble with the law, look out!
Oh Lord, can you imagine? She'll be in court.
Could you imagine her in court? No, I didn't.
No, I didn't. There's a video here right here. You, that's not me. Yeah. Doesn't even look like me.
Just that logic. Yeah, the grandma logic in court. I don't think it's going that well.
The grandma logic in court. I love it.
Yeah, I don't think it'd go that well. Well,
roughly.
I have another thing that I was going to talk about, the rock and roll Buck Zumoff. Do you remember rock and roll Buck Zumoff?
Yeah, no.
Did you look him up?
No, I can't remember. Like, I know you were talking about their
Yeah. Anyway, he had midget wrestling.
Yeah. What is it called again?
His name was Rock and Roll Buck Zumoff. And he was like an old school WWF wrestler, and he's from Minnesota originally.
Oh my God. Look at
Have you seen him?
Ridiculous outfit with a
that's Buck Zumoff, baby.
Box.
Hell yeah.
Ridiculous.
But anyway, he's the guy that was, remember we were talking the midget wrestling that we went to? He's the wrestler that has the midget wrestling, right? We went to one of his midget wrestling things in Lincoln, North Dakota one night at a bar called DJ.
Okay.
And
of course, we understand midget is not necessarily politically correct or whatever, but that's what they called it at the time.
Yeah, it was misleading for the wrestling thing as well. You know what I mean? Because to be honest, I think they had two midgets.
Oh, so it was kind of like
it wasn't like every match was a midget wrestling.
It was like a little gimmick thing that they had as part of the rest of it.
Half the time they were just like,
regular.
During one match, one of them reffed. So
of course.
So it's like half the time they weren't even wrestling. But that was the night that I sang. Me and my buddy Mike in DJs, they had karaoke after the wrestling, right? And the wrestling was as god awful as you could think it is. It's basically,
is this when you had helped them tear down, or that was a different time? Okay.
Yep.
You helped them.
We helped them
the show.
Yep. After the show. Oh, some chick. She tried making fun of my red hair. Like he was like the heel. She was like the heel. The one that I told you. The one that I told you her thing was that her pussy stank.
Oh yeah.
You remember? And she would like beave everyone and
what a gimmick.
Her finishing move was she would get you in a headlock with her legs.
Oh yeah, leg lock.
And the wrestler would just be sitting there just like, oh my God, it stinks. It stinks.
Ridiculous. Like,
yeah. Like
Man,
she would
gotta
make
be
you.
you gotta be real secure in yourself as a woman to have that as a fucking gimmick, man. Let me tell you
I
what.
guess it's better than working at Casey's,
Well,
whatever.
yeah, shit. Again, girls gotta
Yeah.
eat, and I get it. Shit. I just
But
quit my 9 to
yeah,
5 too to try to see what I can do with all this shit. Because fuck it, man. I get it.
I get it.
I
But
get
it's
it.
like, but that was her angle
Fucking,
for
that's
her
just
character.
ridiculous.
Her pussy stank. That was the
Well, so of course she's
the
got to go after you for her red hair. I mean,
well, that's what she was doing. She was shitting on people in the crowd. But this was the best thing. There was a waitress taking my drink order right when she started shitting on me. So I was doing the drink order or whatever, and she was shitting on me, and I wasn't even listening to her. And then that made her break character for 2 seconds and then jump to something else.
Oh my God, I love it.
Because she was shitting on me, but she technically was talking to a wall because I was ordering a drink. You know what I mean?
I'm busy trying to get myself drunk enough to enjoy the show here.
Pretty much. And I told you it's kind of this wrestling crew.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a Devil's Rejects-esque like group.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just an inbred traveling family, basically. And like there was some clear copyright infringement going on because like there was a guy that came out in a jean jacket with a fucking mask on, and he came out to Kane's theme.
Oh, really? Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Half the fucking themes were just a WWF fucking track.
That they were just playing. Okay.
Yeah. And they were making money on the thing, so there's some clear copyright.
A very sort of like wrestling meets vaudeville little troupe kind of like.
It looked like they were just like, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, if you know what?
But again, I get it because it's better. Again, yeah, it's better than working for $8 an hour. I get it.
Yeah,
I get
it. Yeah, and then my buddy and I. So there was like a bunch of us there, and we were fucking lit. Like we were drunk. So afterwards, it was great too because there was a match where this crowd's just shitty drunk and they're all fucking just
what do you guys small town small town
they're all just fucking
wrestlings.
rednecks.
It's
like just farmers and shit with their wives, and they're just fucking blitz drunk. And there was one guy where people like a guy like stood up and like got in one of the wrestlers' face, and he kicked him fucking hard, like in the chest, and made him sit back. And he was like, he was so pissed off about that, he didn't even come out after the show.
Oh, geez. Come on.
Because we were waiting for him to come out, because like he seemed like the most sane one. You know what I mean? Because he was a younger dude.
Well, I was going to say, though, like if he is the most sane one, then he probably wouldn't be going out with everybody.
Well, he seemed like the one that had the best chance of getting out. You know what I mean? Like, like getting out of this situation he's in. Like, fuck these bar gigs. That was the night that my buddy Mike and we went to the bar next door to DJ's Lounge, or I think it's called DJ's Lounge, DJ's Bar, DJ's Lounge, whatever. It's in Lincoln.
This isn't.
But my buddy Mike, he used to cook there. Outside. Lincoln, North Dakota. There's Bismarck, basically Brandon, Sioux Falls.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those situations. But Lincoln is a very small town.
Yeah, just attached to a bigger town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like there's a little bit of a road in between.
Kind of a suburb, but not really.
Yeah, by now I haven't been to Bismarck in a long time, so by now it might be attached, you know, somewhat through housing.
Yeah, it's just kind of blended together.
Yeah. But they had karaoke afterwards, and we were just shitty drunk. So we just went to the bar next door and fucking finished out the night. That was the night that I sang. Me and my buddy Mike, we sang "Strokin'" by Clarence Carter with a midget, with one of the midget wrestlers.
Yeah. Oh
and
my
like
God, how
fun. She didn't know the song, but we didn't care anyway. We just told her to come up there and stand there and sing it with us, but she refused to sing. So it was just me and my buddy Mike.
Just the two of you singing, like serenading, sort of, not really.
Not even serenading. We weren't even looking at her because I still had to read the monitor. You know what I mean? I didn't know. I didn't know stroking that well.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it was just me and my buddy Mike singing with a midget standing by us. It was fantastic. But
that is something that I would have enjoyed having a video of.
Yeah. But
she wouldn't sing, but she'd stand up on stage with you.
Yep. And then A weird thing happened where Buck Zumhoff was arrested for like I don't know if he like molested a woman or if he was like
There was some kind of
something happened where he was arrested.
allegations.
And my buddy Mike, he came up for his bachelor party, and we heard about this. He told me about this like a couple weeks to a month before this, maybe. And I remembered it, and then all of a sudden, guess who we see come out of the Motel 6? Rock and roll Buck Zumhoff.
Oh my God.
It was the Motel 8, actually.
Or Super 8 or whatever.
Yeah, Super 8.
That fucking, where was this?
Well, he was there.
In Fargo?
In Fargo.
That's
the one right by the interstate.
Yeah, that sketch-ass one that your mom and my dad were at, and there was like a
because those shit-ass hotels
or sex
my
worker.
Mom and my mom and your dad was there because they bring their fucking dogs.
Because that's the only place you can have dogs is the places where the people are meeting the escorts.
My buddy Mike got a room there recently. They changed the name to the Bison Inn. It's not the Motel 8 anymore. Somebody else bought it. And he went in the room and
who the hell else wanted to take that over?
Pretty much. Like he went in the room and half the fucking light bulbs were taken out.
Oh my God.
It's so funny. But anyway.
That sounds about right though.
Anyway, we saw him come out. And we found out that he was like, it must have been his court because he was all dressed up. He must have been going to court.
Right.
And when he was sentenced to like prison time or something like that.
Yeah.
And my buddy sent me the news clip of how it was explained when he was sentenced in the courtroom. Like the journalist.
The transcript.
What happened in the courtroom. And I laughed so fucking hard because it played out just like a fucking wrestling match.
You know what? It's on brand for him then.
Well, yeah, but he was sentenced, and then he tried to run out of the courtroom, and was tackled by a bailiff. It was so fantastic.
Okay, because you think you're gonna get away?
I guess. I guess he just thought he was going to get away, maybe. But like he was sentenced, and like he's not a fucking running is a stretch. You know what I mean? Like I doubt he was running, like because he's an old fucking guy.
I was gonna say so, but like maybe more. It was like
so it's probably more of just a.
Was it more of
jog,
a stunt than it was him actually trying to get away?
Yeah, I doubt it was hard to catch him. Let's just put it that way. But yeah. But I was reading this and it was so fucking funny.
Does sound like a backstage ridiculous.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Drama. Love it.
Fantastic.
Love it.
I think we covered a lot of wrestling stuff for sure.
We did, but I still want to talk some of the favorite matches that let's go through on the YouTubes on our channel, and I'm gonna try to.
How about this? Whatever 5 matches you pick, upload all 5 of them.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Put them on the playlist so that we can watch. So like, I'm gonna watch them, but like, I'll start a new playlist so we can just kind of like have. So I'll start Haley's top 5. You can start Johnny's top 5.
Okay.
So once we decide and figure it out, we can like watch them.
Yeah, for sure.
Fucking rock and roll, yo! I'm excited about it.
For sure.
I'm loving watching the old fucking wrestling.
It's fun. Like
it's so fun.
Like the reason I like that Chamber of Horrors or whatever match that Cactus Jack is in it, like a very, very like young like Cactus Jack when he just wore like it's either Cactus
like a
Jack
t-shirt or whatever. Yeah. When
he had like the leopard pants leggings. I love
it. I love it.
But
so
anyway,
Mick fucking
I've
Foley.
been Johnny.
And I've been Haley. And this has been Johnny Haleigh Day of Fun. Fuck yeah. Right. Thanks for listening, y'all. We're Jonny Haleigh DOF on TikTok, Instagram, and also Patreon, where you can go and donate to our shit. And who knows what we'll do with it. Maybe we'll go to the Germany, Norways. Maybe we'll go out to California. Maybe we'll go to a wrestling show.
For sure.
We'll pay bills and keep the lights on first, though. So help us do that. We appreciate you.
For sure.
Thanks for listening, y'all.
Yeah. See you later. Peace.